doing my writing journey number 16, I think. And the basis of today's writing journey will be rejection. So staying with the positive perspective on rejection letters, another very positive one, which I am kicking myself for. Like, you don't understand how much I am kicking myself for this one, because it was a full flat-out rookie mistake. And even now, I could just like... But basically, if you don't know, if you haven't heard me talk about Ash's Legends before, it is the story of gypsies, soldiers, and past lives. Gypsies, soldiers, and past lives. And I kept saying it, and I said it so many times, and I love it, and it sounded so captivating. And in my query letter, I say, it's a gypsy fleeing the law, and a soldier sent to find her, and that's supposed to sound so exciting. But I sent it to one agent, and now this agent is probably number 30 that I sent it to. And she writes back. Again, I take the positive fact that yes, she's writing back a rejection, but she's writing back a rejection with feedback as to why she's rejecting it. And she says to me that in some circles, gypsy is seen as a derogatory term. Now, it is not like, you know, as derogatory as some things, and it does depend on the context that it is used, but it is a word that can be seen as derogatory, and it is a word that apparently the Romani people, which is the word of the gypsies, the politically correct term for gypsies, the Romani people are apparently trying to get it just out of their vocabulary and not used. So she says, you know, of course, maybe get some sensitivity readers to review your book before continuing to submit it. At this point, I'm thinking I've already submitted it to 30 agents. And, you know, she says, and maybe just do a little bit more research into it. And I'm thinking, I've done research. Oh my goodness, I've used like Romani language. I've used their dialects. I've used their stories. I've listened to songs. I can now sing some Romani songs. You know, I'm just thinking, I did so much research! But I did not research gypsy. Right? So that is just a stupid mistake. Like, I knew the term gypsy. I, of course, typed gypsy into Google and was like, you know, gypsy word for this and gypsy word for that. But Google doesn't pop up with gypsy's derogatory. But I didn't think, is gypsy culturally accepted? Is gypsy a term that is okay? And gypsy is a term that is widely used, and it is a term that, in some contexts, is okay. But on the whole, it can be seen as not okay. So I'd send it out to 30 agents that may or may not reject it for the same reason and not tell me. So it was also quite good to get that from her, because I was like, well, shit. So then I went and changed my query letter. At this point, I'd sent it out to 30 people, that's 30 agents that I wanted to work with, that I just ruined my chances with, or possibly ruined my chances with, because I used the word gypsy, or because I had telling language in my sample pages. Now, from those 30, one of the agents that requested it is from those 30, so she didn't mind the fact that I used the term gypsy. She didn't mind the fact that it had telling language in the sample pages. She was happy to see how it progressed. So it doesn't mean that your chances are completely ruined if someone writes you a rejection letter with some advice and you're like, I didn't do it. Doesn't mean your chances are completely ruined, but it, you know, you do kind of think, well, what if I'd done this in the first place? So those are the rejection letters that I can see definitely as positive. The other ones that are the standard ones, again, like I say, maybe they just don't have the time to reply to you with detail, but also maybe they just don't like your book. However, not everybody likes every book. Also, I see it as a stepping stone in the right direction, because I have a list of all the agents that I've submitted to, and I say, you know, when they send me back a rejection, I say, you know, rejected, or I say requested, or whatever. So I have my system in place, or I have, you know, obviously still waiting for an answer, and I say how long. So I have the dates, and so I can go back and check and say, oh, I should have heard from that one by now. Okay, maybe does no reply mean a rejection? Let me check their site again, and then it says, no, you know, if you don't hear back, send us another email, or it says, if you haven't heard from us in that selected time, we haven't seen your submission yet, please don't get in contact with us, we will get in contact to you when we get around to it. So there's so many different things, so some of them you might be waiting for a very long time with just silence, which is what I am doing now, although there are 2 agents that are reading the book, so that's really good. However, also, with the reading of the book, they do say, send us the full manuscript and we'll get back to you in X amount of time, because of course you're not the only one that they're requesting from, and you're not the only one that they're reading. So some of them, I think the average one, I mean for my 2, I think she said 6 to 8 weeks she'll get back to me. That's 2 months. So I have to wait 2 months. And the other one, I don't think she gave me a time frame, but apparently the standard is 6 to 8 weeks, sometimes 12. So even when you send your full manuscript to people, you could be waiting a while for them to actually read it. However, that's why I say keep submitting and keep submitting and keep submitting until somebody says they're actually representing it and taking it to publishers, and then the rejection process can begin with publishers. So the fourth thing or fifth thing that I do is see the other rejection letters that are our standard as stepping stones, so I can then at least cross them out and I know that I'm one step closer to finding the right agent. Because one thing that I really want, as much as I want an agent, is the right agent. So I take comfort in that as well. You know what, if they don't want the book, thank God they rejected it, because had they been like, let me take it anyway, they wouldn't have cared about it, they wouldn't have put as much effort into it, they wouldn't have pushed it as hard to publishers, and it might not get as good as a chance as it could get. So when they reject it, I'm like, okay, well, I'm one step closer to finding the right agent, and that is so exciting. And I think that is all in the way that I personally deal with rejection, and yeah, I'm just going on this journey knowing that it's part and parcel of the trip, and so I may stumble over a few rocks, but I'm gonna get up and keep walking along this road until I find what I'm looking for. So I just, saying to you guys, don't give up, don't be surprised, don't be discouraged, rejections are part of it. And yeah, one thing that does genuinely help me is reading reviews of books that I love that are like 1 star, and I'm just like, they really didn't like it. How did they not like this book? It is amazing. But that's exactly how it is with an agent. And that is all for today. I hope it encourages you to keep on keeping on, and just, don't give up and trust your story. And if you think that it can be improved, improve it. And if you get a rejection letter with some tips on how to improve it, check out what they say. If it's got a valid point, change it and keep going. Don't worry about the ones you've already sent out. Just keep on going. Just keep swimming, just keep swimming, just keep swimming, swimming, swimming. What do you do? Swim, 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 swim. And until next time, I'll see you. Bye!